Right, so today we've got another tier list. This time we're doing all the WWE champions from 2010 to 2020. I couldn't be bothered changing the ranking things this time, so we're just going with a generic thing. I don't make these, this technology is beyond my comprehension. So, yeah, so obviously you know how this works, you've seen this a million times before. But here's my own personal opinion on it, so please don't hate me. If you do, I don't care. I won't. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So, let's start at the very start and go with AJ Styles, who had two reigns. I believe he had the first one in 2016, where he won it from Dean Ambrose at either Backlash or No Mercy. And then he lost it to Cena at the Rumble 2017, and then his second run, he beat Jinder Mahal in 2017 in the UK a week before Survivor Series, and then lost it a year later around the same time to Daniel Bryan. But Styles as a champion overall, personally, for me, is S tier. AJ is probably one of the best, if not one of the best performer overall in WWE this decade. So for no pun intended, phenomenal champion, and he won it so quickly. He won it within being a year of being in the company, and then his second reign was good. It sort of dipped a little bit in the middle where it got a bit repetitive. Mainly the whole deal with Shinsuke Nakamura and their slightly disappointing feud, but he hasn't really been booked bad ever in his career so far. He's always been a strong champion. He's had a championship every year. Even when he was in a bad situation, booking wise, like when he was in that United States Championship feud with Baron Corbin, they took him out of it and put the title on him. So, anyway, it's not relevant. AJ Styles, best so far. Yeah, is it in alphabetical? No? Sort of alphabetical. I can fix that. How does the alphabet go? Yeah, it's put in alphabetical because that's annoying me if it's not. Next up, we've got Alberto Del Rio. Uh, Never been a big fan. Obviously, he's a piece of shit as a person. I don't know. I never really wanted him to be champ. He didn't really do much as a champion. He won it off CM Punk at SummerSlam when he cashed it in and then ended his reign. That shouldn't have happened. He just shouldn't have been champion. And also, not what they're doing. They're trying to make the next Eddie Guerrero, basically. But I don't know. It's fine in ring, but I just don't care about Alberto Del Rio. He shouldn't have been champion. No reason to. Next up, oh, and I should also say this isn't every reign they've ever had in their career. This is just the reigns that occurred within this 2010 to 2020 bracket. So, the next up, Batista. We only count his 2010 run. I'm going to put in A for now. Yeah, he had that great. There's a feud with John Cena. I think this was the only time he was WWE Champion's career. Most of the other time he was World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah. This is what had his heel turn in 2010 against John Cena. Did he win it at Mania? I can't remember. Or did he defend it? Honestly, I can't remember, but he had a great run with that. A great program with John Cena. Yeah, not much else to say. Batista, I love him. Awesome. Next up, we got Bray Wyatt. And disappointingly, this one's going to have to go in D. The win was incredible and just shocking when he won it from John Cena in the Elimination Chamber in 2017. So holy shit, they finally put the belt on him. It's phenomenal. They only had it for a month and they lost to Randy Orton in that horrid match at 33. And he's obviously had runs as the Fiend with a UV title since, and that wasn't too much better, but I don't know. I don't know what it is with Bray Wyatt. He just never really worked as a champion. Not sure. Anyway, there's not much to say. It barely happened. It's just very disappointing. Next up, we got Brock Lesnar. So he had 2 runs with it in this time. There was 2014 when he won it after Daniel Bryan vacated it. Yeah, he got it from Cena? SummerSlam, we're going to say? Yeah, Cena from SummerSlam. Then he held it until Mania 31 the next year, where Seth cashed in against him and Roman. And then he had his other run later on. It was 2019 on, would have been like October, September, where he beat Kofi Kingston in 5 seconds on the first episode of SmackDown Fox, and then he lost it to McIntyre at WrestleMania the next year. It didn't say Brock Lesnar is a champion. I think he's, especially his first run. No, I'm just going to put him up here. I know a lot of people don't like Lesnar. I've had my times. I'm like, oh, it gets a bit stale, but he really makes it mean something when you beat him for the championship. And I think Lesnar's like the last like attraction wrestler that we have anymore that's sort of active. Like when you see there's a Brock Lesnar match on the card, you're like, I've got to watch this. This is going to be good. And even if I know he can bugger off for a bit too long, but if the championship isn't there, then I don't know. He just makes the title feel legitimate. He's like the only real like legitimate wrestler that makes the title feel like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyway, great champion Lesnar. Next up, we got CM Punk, my favorite wrestler of all time, as expected. My top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time on this list, so we'll talk about those as they come through. AJ Styles stuff, he's probably number 4, but obviously, I don't need to go into too much detail. Everyone knows about the Summer of Punk and his WWE Championship run. Obviously, the Money in the Bank 2011 match. I don't know, he's just CM Punk. Not much else to say about it. You know why. Now, this is one that Daniel Bryan. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. So he's had a few runs. Oh, I'm just going to move him straight away. My favourite WWE champion of all time. My second favourite wrestler. Or third, I'm not sure. But he's had 2 runs. He had the... Or... 3. Yeah, he won it at SummerSlam 2013. And I'm just saying off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember things. My brain's not working. SummerSlam 2013 where beat Cena and then lost it to Randy Orton straight away. And then he won the main event WrestleMania 30. And then to vacate it due to injury like a month later. And then he had my favourite WWE Championship run of all time. It's a bit underrated. I don't hear people talk about it as much as it was. But this is my favourite iteration of Daniel Bryan and my favourite run with his championship. Where, as I previously mentioned, he beat AJ Styles and turned heel. And then had his whole crazy vegan run. And it was incredible. I just absolutely loved his character work. I loved what he made the championship mean something. It was incredible. My favourite. Daniel Bryan's 2019-2018 run with the World Champion, WWE Championship. And then the feud with Kofi Kingston, where Kofi eventually beat him. That's incredible. Love Daniel Bryan. Next up, we got Dean Ambrose. I'm putting him B. For now, obviously, I love Dean Ambrose. I have fond nostalgia for him. Another little quick tidbit, side part here. I'll get back to this in a second, but most people say the nostalgic period, like the Attitude Era or the early wrestling. I'm not really that fond of the Attitude Era or like early wrestling. My personal nostalgic time was like 2014 to 2017. Like 2014 was when I really started getting into wrestling, like especially like 2014, 2016 period. Spicy nostalgia. But yeah, I love Dean Ambrose. And I actually just rewatched Money in the Bank 2016 recently, where he won the briefcase, and then he had that, probably my second favourite cash-in of all time against the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins after Seth just won it, and Dean cashes in and wins the belt for the first time. And then he gets drafted as SmackDown as a champion, and then loses it to Styles, either No Mercy or Backlash. Can't remember which one. I think it's No Mercy. The second. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was fine champion. Wish he could have had a bit longer run and given him a bit more to do with it. But I don't know. I love Dean Ambrose, so it was great to see him finally win a championship. Next up, we got Drew McIntyre. Um, one. I'm very favourable to the S category right now. We'll have to spread it out a bit later. Anyway, Drew McIntyre was not incredible to see him win the Rumble. I predicted it in 2019 when I was either saying it was going to be Seth or Drew. When Seth ran in 2019, I'm like, Drew's winning next year. I had no idea they were going to turn him face. When they turned him, he was heel Drew at the time, and then he turned face and they actually made him a good baby face, not like a dumbass that does stupid shit and has no idea how his brain works, but it's actually a smart, strong baby face. And then obviously he had that incredible performance in the Rumble, and then beat Lesnar at 36. Is obviously no crowd or whatever. I won't get into that, but he was an incredible champion. He basically, I'd say, from the moment he won the Rumble, he's a made man now. Like so he's had great run until he lost it at Hell in a Cell to Randy Orton, then won it back like 3 weeks later from him, just before Survivor Series, and then he lost that to Miz, was it? Yeah, Miz cashed in an Elimination Chamber, but that it only goes up to Drew McIntyre, so it's only counting 2020. So, but still, Drew, thanks. So that's yeah. Next up, we got Jinder Mahal. My opinion might be slightly controversial. No, fuck it. I know he wasn't great in the ring. It's probably no, let's move on that one. I'm not going that hard. So Jinder Mahal, yeah, obviously he wasn't really ready for the main event. He's not that great in ring technically, but I just sort of like it because it was something new. You know, it wasn't the same sort of people. It was the same generic foreign heel, and his matches were a bit and he beat some people they shouldn't have beat. But I don't know, it's just something different for once, sort of a different person on top they wouldn't expect. Basically, when Jinder won, I thought, well, anyone can win it now. So it devalued it a little bit, but it's still not as bad. Next up, we got John Cena. I can't even. Um, how many times? I can't even. I'm just gonna put him in asterisk because John Cena. I can't be bothered trying to count how many times it's won it in the last however long it's been. Yeah, I couldn't even think. It's had too many. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try with John Cena. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, he's had too. Next up we got Kofi Kingston, who's gonna go in A. So Kofi, whoops, bump the mic. So obviously oh my god, damn, I don't care about this. Sorry, this is very unprofessional, but it's not professional, so ignore that. Kofi Kingston, he basically did the Daniel Bryan thing with him, except Daniel Bryan was a bad guy, and then he won it in WrestleMania 35. Incredible moment. And then he held it for a lot longer than I was expecting. I was expecting him to lose like the next month to like Lesnar or something. That didn't happen until like 6 months later, but he was actually booked like really strong through his reign as champion. I don't know, like he won matches with like one finisher, and he was just really booked like a fucking big dude. But yeah, some good matches in the time. It's just great to see him finally become champions. Be good to see him do it again. Obviously, he's got a title match with Bobby Lashley this coming couple of days with Money in the Bank 2021. But anyway, let's move on. Next up, we got The Miz. Disappointing. But technically, you can put him on here twice now. But it's only 2010 to 21, so... yeah, I got Drew in here. I can both his reigns. Just count both his reigns. Just say sort of 2021. But mainly this is... I'll put in barely count his second reign. Didn't mean anything. The second reign I'm speaking of is the one this year, where he won the briefcase from Otis and then cashed in against Drew and then lost it 8 days later last year. So barely count that one, but 2010 reign. It wasn't the main focus of the brand. Obviously, he's overshadowed by John Cena and The Rock. That disappointing main event. I don't want to get into it. It shouldn't have happened. Next up, we've got Randy Orton. I don't know. I don't know where to put him. Let's just put him in A for now. I'm probably going to have to move some of these around later. I'm going to move Brock down one, actually. Now I'm thinking, even though I love him, yeah, I prefer a champion that's there. Yeah. So Randy Orton. I can't think of any reigns he's had either. No, he had the 2014 one where he won it. He unified the belts at TLC 2013 with John Cena. And lost it to Danny Bryan at 30. And then he won it from Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 33 and then lost it to Jinder Mahal at Backlash that year. And then he won it again in 2020 last year at Hell in a Cell and lost it in a couple of weeks. Yeah. So he's had 3 or 4, I'm going to say 3. So, no, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Does he SummerSlam 2013 where he won it? And I don't know what I'm saying. Ignore me. He's a good champion. Randy Orton, not much you can say. Rey Mysterio only lasted like 52 minutes or however long it was. Lost it immediately to John Cena. Next up, we got The Rock. I shouldn't have won it. I'm not the biggest modern day Rock fan. I'm not really. This is another rant to get into another day. I might make a video of it one day, but I'm just not really the biggest fan of legends coming back and still in the spotlight from younger wrestlers. Like, my theory is they're so focused on the past, they're going to have no new stars in 20 years. I don't know. That's a video for a different day, but yeah. Rock, I don't know. They just did so-called John Cena too. Shouldn't have beat CM Punk for it. Just shouldn't have happened. Next up, we got Roman Reigns. Yeah, let's just put him in that one as well. So obviously Reigns, yeah, he controversially won the 2015 Royal Rumble, and then he didn't win it in the main event at Mania. He did win it later on at like Survivor Series or TLC or something. No, I think he won it on like a Raw after Seth vacated, then he lost it to Sheamus a month later or something. I can't remember. I know he defended in the 2016 Rumble and Triple H beat him. Did he? Oh, well, you're so forgettable, Roman. Sorry. And then he won it from Triple H at 2016, WrestleMania 32, and lost it Money in the Bank to Dean, and then didn't hold it again. Didn't hold it ever again. I think he was Universal Champion after that. Yeah. So he only had like 2 really forgettable runs. He didn't do anything with them. Yeah. Next up, we got Seth Rollins, who I'm going to put top of. I might move Batista down 1. I'm sorry if I'm just going quiet. My brain's not working. Apologies. There's a lot of information to recollect from my brain. But Seth, obviously, he had that incredible heel run in 2015, that cash in, as I just mentioned. And it was good as the chicken shit heel for how long he held it. Unfortunately, he had to lose it, but then he won it for like 30 seconds at Money in the Bank and then lost it to me until he did Ambrose. But, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying not to. Sorry, that's pretty disgusting, but I'm trying not to do it in the mic. Yeah, obviously Seth Rollins is probably my second favourite wrestler. Yeah. So you can see here my top 3 favourite wrestlers, just a little tidbit so you know some things about me. Number 1, Sam Punk. Number 2, Seth Rollins. Number 3, Daniel Bryan. Yay. But yeah, Seth was great as champion. It'll be good to see him again as champion soon. Yeah, it's obviously isn't counting the Universal title reigns. So that's why Roman's down here. I mean, another little tip. I'm going to have a lot of tidbits here. I'm just trying to say what's some information about ICE so you can learn some things about the channel and me who presents it. I know people say Roman's current run is phenomenal, but I'm not the biggest fan of Roman. The Universal title run now is head of the table. I just can't get into it. I don't know. I guess I just miss the days where we just booed Roman horrendously. I was watching back some old 2016 stuff. I just miss that. I know it's horrible to be that horrible to a man, but come on, it was fun. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Sheamus didn't won the Money in the Bank, no point. And Triple H, yeah, no, he didn't need to win it. Nothing to say about his reign. He had like one good match against Ambrose at Roadblock, but that was it. So, just have a quick scrounge through the list, see if there's anything I want to change. Well, I might move Bray up one, just because it was an incredible win. It was good to see him with it. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So, thinking of it. Do I move Cena down one? Maybe I move Cena down one. Yeah. Okay, that looks nicer. That looks better. So yeah. I'm not going to do a individual ranking in the categories themselves, but okay, that fits nicely with my brain. So S tier, we got Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre. A tier, we have Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Jonathan Cena. B category, we have Dean Ambrose, Batista. C category, we have Jinder Mahal, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt. D category, we have Alberto Del Rio, The Miz, Ronald Mysterious, Sheamus, and Triple H. So, that is my ranking. It was a bit rambly, sorry, but and some technological issues, but I got the list done in the end. You got the information I was trying to get across. Anyway, if there's any videos you want me to do, let me know. I'm doing at least one video a week, maybe 2. It depends. Around pay-per-view time, it'll be more than one video a week. But I'll have my predictions video for Money in the Bank up in the next day or so once SmackDown's finished and the card is finalised. I'll have that out. And then I'll have my Money in the Bank. I'm going to try and watch Money in the Bank on, well, I'm going to say Monday for me because I'm in Australia, mate. But yeah, so when Money in the Bank happens on Monday, I'll try and watch it. And I'll get a review out in a day or so afterwards. But I'll try and do that for pay-per-views. I'm only going to watch pay-per-views. I don't watch Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, or AEW, or anything. I only watch the pay-per-views. So, yeah. Cheers for watching, and see you in a few days when I upload next. Ta-ta!